It's Regina.
And Sabrina.
And we're going to be checking out Winter's Coloring music video. This is one of the Winter videos that we have not checked out yet. And we have more Winter stuff coming. Winter TV is coming this week. We had our holiday this week, so we were unable to film for a couple days because we celebrated Thanksgiving
with family and ate
friends. Way too much food. Oh my gosh. And we didn't just do it for one day. We did it for like 2 days. 2 days of eating with family and friends. It was really great.
Oh,
it was really good. I have eaten more dumplings, more pie, more like dressing than I can ever stuff into a person ever. So I'm feeling very content.
It's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food. Which that's kind of what Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving's not about the food. It's about giving thanks. So we're thankful for all of you, by the way. But you know, let's just admit it. It's about the food too. So
everybody gets together for the food.
So we ate a feast for 2 days. So yeah, I can barely breathe.
And there's leftovers for days.
And I'm pretty sure I am
for days.
so bloated. Like I was sitting there thinking, you know, because you know there's so much.
I know I am.
There's so much salt in the meats, especially I'm like,
and the dumplings and all that.
But it was so good. So we're gonna be starting Winter TV on Monday. Super excited. So be on the lookout for that coming up this week. And we're going to check out Winter's Coloring music video today.
Let's do it.
And the thumbnail is
two people
holding hands. I don't know
who's holding hands, but somebody's holding hands.
Somebody's got really pretty nails. Okay, anyway.
The random stuff we talk about. Not just film.
This is from August 2014. There's rain. That was Hootie with the earring. Oh, you with the bowl cut.
They all look super good in this. There's the man.
And okay, there's rain, so automatically this is gonna be sad. They always rain is always sad. It's always sad. Oh, he looked back. I like the guitar noise.
I love how his voice comes in right here with the other voice.
Look at the color scheme here. He's looking at his phone.
Trying to decide whether or not to call.
I like that cut on the knee. Okay. Coloring. They show the phones a lot. This has something to do with the telephone. Oh, Hootie.
Woo.
See the cell phone? They all have one. These transitions are pretty. Oh.
That bottle of water.
Ooh. She's not picking up. Rain. See, I'm telling you, sadness. It always represents sadness in music videos. Or at least I feel like it does. Both me.
Gosh, they all look so good.
Oh, that rain's not. I mean, that phone's not going to work now. Oh,
Yeah, it is. 2014.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, the song was.
The phone definitely played a
really,
really,
really, like
really
three times because you know every time you sneeze, you go like 1, 2, 3. I usually sneeze in like threes.
I don't sneeze in
Oh,
threes.
anyway.
I sneeze in like 10s and 15s. Once I get started, I can't quit.
I liked the whole guitars at the beginning. It had kind of a rock sound to it, even with the rap lines, and it kind of had like a rock.
The phone played a significant role throughout that whole video.
So it makes you wonder what coloring stands for. I don't know if that has anything to do. Let us know in the comments if that has anything to do with the cell phone. But it seems like they were trying to get a hold of someone. The entire music video. I think the rain and the water represent sadness and loneliness.
Let's check the lyrics out.
Because, yes. But then, yeah, let's check the lyrics out before I sit here and theorize too much.
Before we analyze it.
There are no captions on the official music video on the Winner channel. We're using the one off the official Winner, so I didn't see any captions on it, so we're pulling up the lyrics. And the blue sky is beautiful, but why am I becoming so insignificant and shabby? I keep holding onto the unanswered phone. Hot phone. The melody flowing out of the phone is sweet, but why does it sound painful to my ears? It sounds like my heart screaming after it lost you. It sounds like the melody is mocking my longing for you. I've been stuck in the same spot. Why now? Why now after I've been left behind? The song's sad end. I'm listening to it. Why now? Why now? You're not by my side. Why now? The song's sad story. I'm crying over it. The color ring that resembles me. Ring, ring, ring. The color ring that resembles me. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring at your bedside. The ringing. Please pick up the phone. Don't make me cry too. I keep saying this is the last time, but I keep calling. I walk the same streets we used to walk together. It still rings in my ears, your laughter and the late night phone calls of our love games. This melody is blocking me from hearing it again and holding on to it, but I still heartlessly call again. The song that I hear over my longing for you, is that the answer for me? I've been stuck in the same spot. Why now? Why now after I've been left behind? The song's sad end. I'm listening to it. Why now? Why now? You're not by my side. Why now? The song's sad story. I'm crying over it. If I'd held your hand back then, if I'd held on to you when you turned away, I could be listening to your voice instead of this song. If I'd been better to you, I could be listening to your warm voice instead of this sad song. The color ring that resembles me as the song approaches its ending. My heart starts to crumble. The color ring that resembles me as the song repeats itself. My tears start to fall. The color ring that resembles me as the time passes. I can't remember your voice. The color ring that resembles me. Even if a single word is fine, please say
Well,
goodbye.
it makes perfect sense now why the phone is the focal point of the music video.
So, I got a question after reading the lyrics. For one thing, this particular music video went perfect with the lyrics. Like, it was a full, like, completely lyrical story.
Like, you know that obviously the relationship isn't a
over.
relationship anymore, but they can't let go of the relationship, so they keep calling. And she's not answering, obviously. So it's kind of a pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, you know, and I know I do. You know how you have a certain ringtone for other people? Like, you set the ringtone different? Are they talking to, is coloring like her ringtone? Like her particular song, so they hear that song over and over again? Think about it in the lyrics, though. Am I wrong? True. Like, I might be wrong. But now, I mean, but think about it. Because
see, my oversimplistic mind just says, you know, hey, they broke up. She's not answering the phone. She's, you know.
But I mean, think about it symbolically. symbolically, rain has almost always been associated with loneliness and sadness. It just has. Because, I mean, people think of rain as like the heavens crying.
Mirrors tend to, too.
Mirrors are more like self-perception.
Yeah, it can go.
Like a self-reflection. But then when you break a mirror, it's like the destruction of yourself, you know, or things like that. Like, you know, when you see, there's no mirrors in this. I don't know why I'm digressing on digressing.
I brought it up.
Talking about mirrors. But, like with this one, though, you could tell that the water was being used throughout. Like, I mean, the spilled water bottle, when Hoonie just sort of disappeared by the couch. Like, you know what I mean? They just like,
I thought that was the coolest transition ever, though.
That was really cool.
Like, seriously.
And then, like,
they spent a lot of time being wet in this video.
And I think it was Yoon that was running outside, and he gets down, you know, and it was like raining.
Let the girl in me just say they all look super sexy wet, you know, outside all the symbolism, outside all the, outside all the theories, outside all that, they all looked very classy.
It's like,
and very sexy.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And then, but you know, they were throwing the phone was getting wet, the phone was like, everything with the phone, but it talks in the lyrics about, like, hearing the ringtone. So that's why I wondered if that's like hearing her ringtone. But you know something I noticed at the end of this music video, and it may be just completely just me being over deep and her looking at me like, yeah, you're going to be over deep. Somebody's going to tell you in the comments that it's not that.
Yeah, they won't.
But at the end, did she try answering or calling back? She tried calling them back.
I missed that.
At the end. Look at the end. Look.
I missed it.
I promise you, well, that wasn't far enough back, Regina.
I'm curious now.
Look, she tried calling them.
Oh.
It rained. It was laying in the rain, and she called them back. Or called whoever that particular person was.
I did see it light up. I just it didn't hit. It didn't hit.
I bet that was her calling back. But notice that they tried to call her the whole video, okay? Like,
and at the end,
she tried to call back. But it was too late. It was too late. That's depressing. But it was too late.
Makes sense.
It's like if you just, I don't really know how to put that. Like, I don't know what that symbolized. But you know how you try enough and then somebody finally gives up? It's like they finally gave up. And it was too late.
It's like, I'm done.
Yeah. Even though the lyrics talk about they were the one in the wrong and she needed to forgive them, it almost felt like they gave up on her at the end.
I don't know.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
That's a good question.
I may be wrong. But that was an amazing music video. The sound was amazing. It had that sort of rock vibe to it. To me, that's just my personal opinion. It had kind of like the rock vibe to it and maybe a little bit of the hip hop. Even the rap lines, when they came in, it didn't take away from this whole like rock.
I love the very beginning where you had
the
deep voice come in and then the other voice came over at the softer voice in the very beginning of the music video. That was my favorite.
And I'm trying to remember who was singing at the very beginning of the music video now.
Well, it didn't
Wasn't
show.
it Jinu? Pretty sure it was Jinu.
It didn't show the voices.
Well, I know it didn't show the voices, but I'm pretty sure it was.
I meant the faces. The voices.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I thought it was
or maybe
Jinu.
it did, and
I was pretty sure it was Jinu. Like, or maybe I know Taehyun came in later, but I don't know if it was Yoon or Jinu. But it was like,
oh, they look really good in those suits.
They looked really good, and the muted colors. See though, I'm gonna pause it because like I'll be distracted by the music video. We'll end up watching it again when we turn it off, so we'll see who was singing. But the muted colors, the whole sort of like, even though it wasn't technically black and white, they used that color scheme a lot in the music video. And then the rain, and then the cell phone. It almost did seem like they had a black and white filter on it. Was it all? It wasn't all black and white.
It wasn't all black and white.
But it had that muted classic. So, but and then the rain, loneliness, longing, the cell phone. It kind of
had like that pewter like look to it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, like the type of filter. Dude, y'all, I love old telephones. I love the like spin dial ones, like they showed what Jinu had in here.
I love how
Like,
they use
I love
old telephones.
I like
in
vintage
almost
telephones,
every video.
period. But our grandmother had a pink, like, telephone that was the rotary phone. They call them the rotary phone. And I used to love dialing on that thing. Like, because it would take you forever. It's not like you could just press the button. Especially if you had to press, like, 8 or 9 or something. You'd have to wait for it to get all the way around before you could do the next number. And sometimes you were just in a hurry. You just want to go. But no, it's like.
And if you did do it in a hurry, that was.
It would mess up. It wouldn't work right. And then you have to like slap it down and pull it up to see if the ringtone was still there.
Sometimes it wouldn't work right. It all depends.
Oh,
we used to make phone calls on that thing on purpose just because it was the funnest thing in the world.
She is the only person I knew that had a rotary phone. Like, because those were gone by the time, you know. But she kept that phone. I don't know how old that phone was. Like, it was old. But I used to love dialing on the rotary phone.
We were little girls. We would
because she never got a cell phone. Our grandmother never had a cell phone. Like, it was like no. So like one of our grandmothers does, but this particular grandmother that we're talking about didn't have a cell phone. Never had a cell phone. She ended up, as a matter of fact, she suffered Alzheimer's disease later. But she had the rotary phone, and that was like my favorite thing to use when I was over there because it was really super cool. And then it had the earpiece like he had. Anyway, reminiscing, nostalgia. I have a nostalgic feeling after watching that. Sad nostalgic feeling. Just so you know, even if any of you in winter did me wrong, I'd still pick up the phone if you called. I wouldn't ignore the call. I'd at least give you time to explain why, and you know, maybe I'm sorry, and then I'd be like, all right, I'll be over there. Just
I would answer all of them.
I'd be like,
if Minnow said, come over, I'm on my way. Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even need that long. I'm not going to look pretty when I get there because I didn't have any time.
Okay, now this was in the same country. I'm talking about, you know, obviously, give me about, 2 days. The reality. Gotta catch a plane, get a plane ticket.
Got a whole lot of things to overcome to get there. Be there. I'd at least give them a shot to explain it. Like, you should always give someone,
Depends on the situation.
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 This is true. This is true.
I mean, well, we can look at them and say we would never not answer, but we would always answer. I meant, but,
I don't know. Just totally random, and we've been talking forever, so I probably don't need to get into that. But like, the love at first sight thing. I've never really been one of those that believed in love at first sight.
I believe.
She does. I believe in like attraction at first sight.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But then you get to know somebody. When you get to know somebody is when you decide whether or not it's more than that. Like, because, why is winter making me think these deep thoughts today? Like, but the lyrics were good.
Still too full of things.
We're still so full of food. But anyway, that was great. Thank you for watching with us. Bye.